Very good afternoon to you all. My name is Alan Gio from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. A warm welcome on behalf of Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. I'm going to explain about the topic, Introduction on PC hardware, from the subject, PC assembly and troubleshooting. So before going to the topic, let me say a few things regarding the PC hardware. What is PC? PC is none other than the personal computer. So here we'll be discussing about the hardware and software of a personal computer, the input, the output, and what are the other important hardware which plays a vital role. So everything we'll be discussing it. So that's what our topic is, introduction on PC hardware. So looking into the computer system, so here the whole hardware plays an important role inside the computer system to make it into a very good and very well-mannered work. So as you can see in this picture, there are many parts inside our computer. So each part plays a very unique operation so that the whole PC works in a very good way. So this is about the introduction of PC hardware. So first, the very basic one regarding the parts of the computer system. As you are well aware about it, the parts of the computer system. Computer system has 4 parts, as you can see here: the hardware part, the software part, the data part, and the user part. What is the hardware part? Very simple. The things what you can touch it and you can feel it, as you can see it. So those are set up as hardware. Say for an example, mouse, it is an hardware. Say for an example, the keyboard, it is the hardware. Say for an example, the monitor, it is the hardware. The printer, it is the hardware. So that those are the few examples for hardware. About the software, the thing which you can't see it, I mean you can't feel it, and which is again inside the PC, inside the computer, inside the memory of the computer. This software, it is the interface between the user and the hardware. So it is a bridge between the user and the hardware. Very simple. If you just want to paint something in your computer, so your computer should have an operating system, that is a software, and you need an application, paint application. So through that application, you'll be using, you can draw as many pictures you want, you can paint as many pictures you want. So this application, this software, it is a bridge between the user and the hardware. So this software, which will be embedded, which will be stored inside the hardware, that's what inside the memory. Okay. The third one, it is none other than the data. Data, very much known to you. Data is a bulk and bulk of information. Bulk and bulk of information. So that's what. So you'll be using the data. You'll be storing the data inside the hardware through the software. And for whom you're doing it? For the user. User is, who's the user? You and me are the user. We are the user. So the user will be using the software, will be using the software, and he'll be using the hardware. So these are the 4 important parts of the computer, which is the hardware, the software, the data, and the user. As you can see in this picture, the hardware, that is the computer. So data, which is the information. Okay. Software are the programs, the applications. Okay, what we are going to use it. So this software, say for an example, if you want to use the hardware, let's say for example, let the hardware be the printer. So you want to write, you want to print a letter. So the information you are printing, you are typing, so that is the data. Okay. So not with only with the printer, only with the hardware, you can't get the print. You can get the printer. You need the application, printer application. So only there is a printer application and only the hardware printer is there, and with the data you can get the output. That's what the letter what you're going to print out, take a print out. So who will be taking the printout? Who will be using those hardware, software, and data? The user. Okay. So these are the four important major parts of the computer system, which is hardware, software, data, and user. I hope that you would have understood it. We'll move on to the next slide. So parts of the computer system. Somewhat we are going into it, parts of the computer system. So as I said, the major parts are the hardware and software. So what are the things which come under the hardware? As I said, the things what you can see it, what you can use it, what you can feel it, right? So the monitor, the mouse, speaker, the motherboard, the headphones, the printer, the RAM, okay, everything, these are said to be as hardware. And plus, what is the software? These are the different softwares: Chrome, Gmail, Word document, PPT, Java, the operating system, antivirus, Android. These are the application software. So this software, which will be used inside, which will be used in the resource of the computer. What is the resource of the computer? Inside the hardware for the user. I hope that you would have understood it. The hardware. So these hardware is the mechanical device inside the computer. So the mechanical device inside the computer. Anything that can be touched, which is said to be as a hardware, which is a mechanical devices. Now, about the software. That's what I said about hardware. About the software. So this software instructs the computer to do something for the user. Okay, helps to complete a task for the user. The software, what it does, helps to complete a task for the user. That's what we just said in the first point we said over here. It tells what? The computer what to do. It instructs the computer. It instructs the computer. So that is the first important point, which is given over here. And which is also called a program. It's also called a program. So this software, which is also called a program, that's what the application. Okay. So there are thousands of programs, thousands of applications which are there for the user, for the use of the user. There are different users, not only single use we will be having. We'll be having many different users, many users. We need to solve many problems, many sort of problems. So for those different problems and different users, we need different programs. See, can you all understand it? I hope that you will have understood. Say for an example, I need to write a letter. So what I'll use a Word document. Okay. So now that is a different application. I need to find something. So what I'll do, I'll browse it. For that, I need a browser. That is an application. Like that, it goes on. Based on the users, the application, the program will be different. But everything is done for the user. Okay, which will be done over the hardware. So as I said earlier, this software, it is the interface between the hardware and the user and the hardware. It is the bridge between the user and the hardware. I hope that you would understand it. So as you can see in this picture, so all the first part, the hardware, which you can see it, you can touch it. So this is an hardware. These are the application and programs as the software. Okay. So I hope that you would have understood that. We are going to the next slide. So parts of the computer system. As I said about data. What is data? Data, which is in plural. Data is plural. So data is none other than collection of bulk of information is said to be as data. So in singular, you'll call data as data. You'll call data as data in singular. So data is what? Plural. So data is what? Pieces of information. Three more bulk pieces of information, collection of information. Computer organized and present data. So these data organized, okay. So these, only when you're organizing the data, those data can be used. Unless or until you can't use the data, it will be in a clumsy way. So that the searching, you need to search it. If it is not arranged in a proper way, if it is in clumsy way, you need to search it. Only if it is arranged in a proper way, no, you can easily access it. You can easily use it. So that's what computer, what it does. It organizes and present the data. It organizes and present the data. Okay, so that is about the data. The next one is none other than the users. So people operating the computer. Okay, so the one who operates the computer. So as I said earlier about the software it is the bridge. It is the interface between the computer and the the hardware and the user. So here we are saying about we are discussing about the user. Who's the user? These people who's going to operate the computer, who's going to use the computer, who's going to use the resources of the computer. It might be the hardware or it might be the software. The person is going to use the computer, operate the computer is said to be as users. You and me are the users. Okay. So next point says that most important part. What is the most important? It tells the computer what to do. Okay. So user what will do? Using the software will be instructing the computer. Using the software will be instructing. Will be saying to the computer to complete a task. Okay. We'll be using the computer to complete a task. We'll be instructing the computer to complete a task for us. Okay, I will understand it. So the pieces of information which are said to be as data. So these inorganized data is organized and given to us as through the computer. Okay, so users about the as I said about the user. As I said about the user, who is the user? The one going to operate the computer is called the user. Most important thing, user will be instructing the computer to do something. He instructs something, he instructs the computer to do something for it, to complete a task for it. So now we'll move on to the next slide. Information processing cycle. How the information is processed. So there is a step which is followed for a data to be processed out. Okay. So to the process, for this process, there are 4 important things which is needed, which is the input, okay, then the processing, then the output, and the storage. Say for an example, I'll give a small example for that. Let's assume there is a mango tree, mango baby sapling is there. So what you'll do, you'll plant that sapling in the soil, put some manure for it, some fertilizer, some natural fertilizer. You'll put that, you'll put those things, and you'll grow that plant. Okay, you grow that sapling. So then it grows stage by stage by stage. That is what the processing. Now, input is what you are making the soil easy, and you're developing the soil. Okay, so you're putting some manure fertilizer for the plant to grow, for plant to process. So here those things are said to be as input. Those manure, those fertilizer, natural things. What are the things which supports the growth of the sapling? It is the input. And what is the output? In a stage, once the processing is completed, once the tree is grown in a full stage, what it gives? It yields the fruit. It yields the mango. Can you understand it? So that is the output. That is the output. So major 3 important things. There are 3 major important things. The first one is the input, the processing, and the last one is input, processing, the output. Okay. So as I said, once the processing is completed, once the sapling is grown into an adult tree, it yields the fruit. It gives the output. What is the output? The fruit, it is the output. I hope that you would have understood it. So that is about the data, what we are going to give as an input. It will be processed out, and we'll be getting the solution as the output, the answer as the output, and that answer will be stored inside the memory, inside the resource of the computer, inside the hardware of the computer. So what once we are getting a bunch of mangoes, what we'll do? We'll be storing it. No, we'll keep a separate room for the mangoes. No? Number of thousands and thousands of mangoes. We'll store it where? In a place, and then we'll sell it or we'll eat it and we'll give to our friends and maybe depends. So that's what we just do. So there are four different. First three it is a very important. The last four it is next important. What is the first one? Input, processing, the output, and the storage. So there is a problem to be solved. So for that problem, what we'll do, we'll give an input. Okay. So then once the input is given, based on the the whole model, based on the pattern what we have already given, the processing will be followed out. Then from the processing, we'll be getting the output. That's what 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. 2 and 2, which are set to be as the input. When it is added together, that is said to be as processing. And 4, that is the output. These 4, what we'll do, we'll store it in the storage. Okay, that's what the resource of the computer inside the memory. The storage is none other than the memory. So this is the information processing cycle. This is the cycle for a data to be processed out and getting the result. Okay. I hope that you would have understood it. Clearly you would have understood it. So we'll move on to the next slide. So essential computer hardware. So computer uses some basic hardware. Hardware categorized into four different parts. Computer will be using some basic hardware. Okay. So first the output, then storage, input, processor, memory, and for input and output we'll be using something. Okay. So here, that's what which is given over here. This is the processor. This is the input, output, storage. So that's what the main important thing. Hardware categorized into 4 different types. So what are those? Processing device. Okay. So what is the first one? Processing device, which is none other than which is also called as the brain of the computer, which is the brain of the computer. Carries this inside this. Some instructions from the program has been carried out. So that instructions will be developed and then it is processed out and you will get the output. So that is the processing device. So it will be manipulated. Data will be what the input which is given, it is manipulated. Most computers have several processors. Central processing unit, inside the central processing unit will be processing it, and there is a secondary process. Processors made of silicon or and copper. So here we have a processing device, the hardware that is used for processing is said to be as what? The processing device. It might be a video card, it might be a sound card. This is also a scanner and motherboards. These are the different processing devices. Only inside this processing device, the input which is given will be processed out and you will get the output. With this processing device, which is also called as a brain of the computer. Okay, so you have understood it. Then memory devices. So what are the memory devices? The data should be stored somewhere. No, the data what we get already should be stored somewhere. No, so that's what inside the memory. The data will be stored inside the memory device. Stores data are program. Inside the memory device, what will be there? It stores the data or programs. Okay. So where it will be stored, there is something called RAM, random access memory. Okay, random access memory. So hard disk, random access memory, read-only memory, CD drive, floppy, memory card, pen drive, and tape. These are the different memory devices. Okay, which is a volatile one. It stores current data and program, and more RAM result in a faster. See, once it stores the data, but when it is switched off and switched on, the data will be erased. It is volatile. It does not temporarily store inside. Instead, there is something called read-only memory. Permanently stores the program. Okay, it permanently holds the computer boot direction. Even though if the computer is switched on and switched off, the whole program, the whole application, the whole things are stored inside it. Does not get erased. So these are the essential computer. And then the third one is input and output. What is the input device? The mouse is an input device. The mic is an input device, scanner it is an input device, the camera it is an input device, joystick are the input device. And what are the output device? From where you can see the output, the monitor, the printer which gets the output and gives to you, the speaker which gets the output, which throws the output, the headphone which throws the output to you, sound projector throws the output. So these are different input, getting something and giving back something. Getting the input and giving back the output. That's what. Getting the input and giving the solution for it. Throwing the solution for it. So that's what this is given out here. Input and output device allows the user, that's what we are using the computer now, which allows the user to interact. That's what we are interacting with the computer. Okay. The input device accept the data from through the keyboard. Through the keyboard we'll be typing, and we'll be giving some input. Or through the mouse we'll be doing something. We'll be selecting it. We'll be using the mouse and doing some work. Through that, an input is given. Through the mouse, the input is given. An output device for monitor. We'll be seeing the output through the monitor. No? Then printer, speaker as I said. Some devices are input and output. Even it gets in same device, which is we'll be seeing the input and output. Say for an example, touch screen. Your mobile, your smartphone, what you are using. You are seeing it, as ultimately you are giving the input also. You are seeing it and ultimately you are giving the input also. Okay, you are seeing the output and ultimately you are giving the input. You are getting the output, you are getting the solution back. Ultimately in same device, you are giving the input. So that is what touch screen. I hope that you would have understood it. So some other devices, no? different device storage devices. That's what the holds the data program permanently. Different from RAM. That's what magnetic storage. The magnetic storage is through the magnet. Here the data is stored inside floppy and hardware drive. Okay. It uses the magnet to access it. There will be a small magnet inside it. Through this magnet, the electrical energy will be, there will be a small laser over it. Through that, the data will be accessed. So that's what the magnetic storage and optical storage. What is optical storage? CD, optical device, DVD. So the laser will be passed into that optical device. Through that, the light will, the laser will be accessing the data. Through that laser, will be accessing the data. So that is about the storage devices. And next one, software runs the, yes, the software runs the machine. It tells the computer, as we saw earlier, the software runs the whole computer. Tells the computer what to do. Okay. The reason, so that's why people purchase the computer software. Okay. Only with the computer hardware we can't do anything. By just a blank screen, there is no use of it. Only if there is a software, we can what? We can use the hardware. So that's why people purchase the hardware. Can you all understand it? I hope that you would have understood it. There are two different types of software, which is the system software and the application software. What is the system software? The operating system. Only through the operating system, and user can interact with the computer. Okay, that is what the operating system. Windows 7, it is a Windows 9, Windows 10. It is an operating system. So that is a system software. And what is the application? Inside that operating system, we'll be having different applications. Say for an example, Word, it is an application. An antivirus, it is an application. Only if there is an operating system, we can use an application software. Can you all understand it? So that is about, so this application software, this application software and systems, mainly the system software and the application software is very useful. It is very useful for the user, so that the user will be easily interacting with the computer. Okay. So software runs the machine. So system software. To run the machine, we need the operating system. That's what we use. That is a very important system software. Most important system software. That's what is given over here, which is the operating system. Windows XP. That is a very flexible operating system, which is the Windows XP. So this is it operates the whole hardware. The software operates the whole hardware. Next, the network operating system. You know what is a network, no? We can use not only the local system, we can access the database also. So for that, we need something called network operating system, Windows Server 2000. Okay, so this is another OS for accessing the network. So then utility, what is an utility software? The antivirus, what we are, that isn't antivirus software, it is an utility. We are using it, utility software. Okay. So that's about the software and the machine. The application software complies a specific, it completes a specific task. Most common type of software, as I said earlier about the Word, Microsoft Word, covers most common uses of the computer. So this Microsoft Office covers most of the use of the computer. Okay, it has a PPT over it, it has a Word over Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, many things are there. Okay, so that is an application software. So this will be, it runs the machine. And what is the computer data? So computer data with no meaning on its own, it does not have any. It is stored using the binary system, binary number system. What is binary number system? Through zeros and ones. Computer can understand only binary language, which is a low level language, which are zeros and ones. So all the data and information, what we are going to use it and what we are going to store it, everything will be in computer will be. So we are using the high level language, which is called the normal language, what we speak, what we interact. What is the high level language? What is the low level language? The binary language. Zeros and ones, it is a binary language. So the data what we give, what the user gives, which will be converted into a binary language, which is a computer data. Can you all understand it? I hope that you can understand it. So only then we can use the data. And because see, we can understand the normal language, but computer cannot understand it. So computer can understand only binary number system. So I hope that you would have understood it. So far we have discussed many things. So the part of what's the parts of the computer, how it works, what is the very important thing for the whole computer. Four different parts of it: hardware, software, data user. Then we saw the hardware and the software. And what are the things which is involved in hardware and software we discussed. Then we saw what is data. Then we saw what who are the user and what is the what user does and what is the use of the data. Everything we saw. Then we saw the information processing cycle. Very simply, how the information is processed out. We saw there are four different stages for the cycle: the input, the processing, the output, and the storage part. We saw about it. Okay. Then the essential computer hardware we saw. What are the essential computer hardware which is needed, which can be needed to work over it. So computer uses the same basic hardware categorized into four different. That's what we just mentioned. The first one, which is the processing devices. The next one, which is the memory devices, input-output devices, and the last one is storage devices. These are the four important categories. Okay. So what we saw, what's the processing of the hardware that is used to process the data? It is said to be as the processing. Say for an example, the motherboard. It is the central processing unit which is used for whole processing. Memory devices, there the data, the information will be stored inside. That's what memory devices. Say for an example, RAM, CD, floppy disk, hard disk, pen drive. These are said to be as memory devices. There are two different memory devices: read-only memory and the random access memory. Okay. Then essential computer hardware. What are the essential input and output devices? Okay. We know what's the input devices: the keyboard, mouse, and those the monitor, keyboard, mouse are said to be as the input devices. And what is the output? The monitor, the printer, speakers are said to be as the output. And the storage devices we saw. Then about the software which runs the machine, tells about the computer. Instructs the computer how to complete the task. So that's why people are purchasing the application. So it is easy through the software. It is easy to instruct the computer to complete the task. So this, as I said earlier, this software can be done will be differentiated into two different categories: the system software and the application software. That's what I said earlier. So software, system software, very good example for the system software. It is the operating system. But only through an operating system, it is an interface between the user and the hardware, the application, the software. No? So that's what the system software. And for network operating, we have different software and utility. Say for an example, the antivirus is the utility software. We have different thing for it. And software runs as the machine. It accomplishes the software. Application software. What is that application? Accomplishes a specific task for us. There is a specific task for us. Okay. To complete a specific, most probably we'll be using Microsoft Office for different uses. Application software, that is an application software. So about the computer data, how the computer can understand the data through binary languages, through zeros and ones. That's what we saw. I hope that you would have understood everything. I think everything is clear to you. Please learn the basic things. Only with the basic things you can understand all the other things. Okay. So thanks for connecting. Thanks for seeing the video. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone.